Breaking news. Mandy Rose.
She out of here.
I feel
Pack
like
the hell up.
we should start playing Seal. I've been raised by a robe on the grave.
Oh man.
So these other things what we were going to talk about. Oh, there's so many, but the man can tell you so much he can say.
Son, where were you? Where were you when Mandy Rose leaked? Where were you?
Huh?
I was in the best of show, and then preparing not to be on today's show.
Mandy was in the Chambers of Secrets doing investigations. All right, no intro today. Let's just jump right into it because the setup.
There's so much to talk about. So
much to talk about. You know that the thumbnail we use for this show is dated and it's only like 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. It was hours away that Karl Anderson retained his title, but yet somehow so much has happened that is now dated. And the Briscoes and FTR are having match of the year, classic, and whatever. Dog got out the window.
Doesn't mean shit.
No one cares about Dan Briscoe. I told you in the text. No one cares about Dan Briscoe. No one cared. No one cared about Dan Machine Gun Anderson even before this match.
No, but we had some looking ghost.
We had the storyline ready. We had the road to Hikaleu, and then now it's gonna be like Tamatanga now. So like he's still feuding with the original, like, you know, the original two from Bullet Club that's going to face each other at Wrestle Kingdom for the end of, like, you know, it's...
he got to bring Finn over. He has to bring Finn over. But the devastating news, Mandy, who's devastated by Suzuki-gun breaking up, and so devastated that she was released after losing her title on NXT last night to Roxanne Perez, who, if you're watching this stream, you're missing her live on Bailey's stream, who Bailey is now announced that she's our enemy on the show. But
no, Bailey will never be an enemy of Lord Manny Hayes. Never.
She's an enemy of mine then, Manny, which now makes you an enemy. No.
I was a hugger since day one, damn it. I had I'm a hugger shirt.
And I had a little bow in my head at one point. How you like that? I had my hair up like that. Why? I don't know. I just laughed.
Was that during your cross-dressing phase?
I was a beautiful woman at one point. A beautiful woman. It just people told me to stop. They just said, just stop. It's not
man.
So let's go into this. Right off the bump.
Right off the bump. The Matt Riddle
right
bump.
Off the bump. Right off the bump. Manny, what was your thoughts when you seen and saw Mandy Rose was released?
It's kind of sad given that, like, the year and change he had at NXT. Like, she'd really reinvented herself. Like she's gone from slipping at WrestleMania on the to having one of the longest reigns in NXT, championship reigns in NXT. Like, Asuka's reign remains intact.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had an incredible year, and then all because of I thought it was sensitive pictures, but no, she went all out with Tino Sabatelli.
Damn, Tino! I knew it'd be him. I knew it'd be him that cost everything.
Well, so did you remember during the pandemic era, Tino Sabatelli went over to AEW and he was considered a spy?
Yes. That was the only guy that I believe AEW actually fired.
The money comes and the money goes. The money comes and the money goes everywhere that Tino Sabatelli goes. Because he gets the money and then he gets the fuck up out of here.
And obviously, Fightful last night, I think they came out a few hours before NXT to say, like, it was a decision to make Mandy Rose and Roxanne Perez title match instead of having it at New Year's Eve, which would have been early January. So it's kind of like they knew, like, this was they had to get the title off her, and obviously
they had to.
And obviously you have to protect your brand. As much as people are not going to understand it, you have to protect your brand. So like, but like I've seen a lot worse being posted on Instagram. Like, to be honest, I've seen a lot more sketchy stuff being posted on Instagram by people that are still employed.
Hey, Natty's almost there. Natty's almost there.
Now you might as well quit. Now you might as well start a career in porn at this point.
Jemal, I know when we started the pre-show, this was breaking news to you, just like it was for Weston B-More as well.
What?
What? What was your reaction to this news?
Son, like, you know, I was doing other things today, like, you know, trying to figure out the gender of my baby, but I didn't know what, like,
who you found
the
out was
incredible year, the incredible year that she's had, literally down the tubes, just like Manny was saying. Like, you know, we knew Mandy Rose as this green machine that, you know, can't walk down the stage properly, like slipping at WrestleMania, being the B player of the whole Absolution with Paige and Sonya Deville. We were looking at her as the Jannetty, and then she ended up being the HBK. She ended up being the one. You know what I'm saying? And then for it to end in this way, in this manner, it's just like, come on, guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's 2022. How many other motherfuckers is out there with fucking OnlyFans or side careers and stuff like that, and it doesn't affect what they do in the ring? But unfortunately for the business that she's in and the company that she's with, it does affect. You saw it happen to Paige. You saw it happen to everybody that was in that fappening. You know, it happened. The fappening happened.
It happened. Wes would like to announce that he's a loyal Natty's.
How much is that subscription? How much is that subscription, Wes? How much you paying her every month?
She's not pregnant.
No. My Genesis is pregnant. Yes.
So let me go on the record and say, when I was watching NXT the night before, I was like, Mandy is dropping this title right away as soon as they did it. And it was the way it was announced, the way she looked on her face. It was just like, it was a lot of weird vibes. I didn't know if she was going to get released or not, but I felt like she was going to drop the title. And I was like, this explicit content was out or whatever from her whatever is brand army or whatever they're calling it. OnlyFans, basically an OnlyFans account. You know, it's bittersweet. Like you guys said, Mandy has grown over everybody over the year. Like, she's improved so much. Like, she led Toxic Attraction.
It's not that she's improved. It's kind of like, you know, when it's the character is better than the actual performance a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So like, we were kind of dragged in because the character and the nonsense that they would go on between the three of them made them must see on NXT. Like what I was saying. I don't think it really came across on Tuesday's show or even Saturday's watch along. It was missing something. NXT deadline felt like it was missing. It was missing star power, really.
It was missing the toxic. It was missing the attraction.
It was that attraction.
It was missing the attraction. And it was missing something.
No female tag titles on the line. Which, even with the New Day being there, winning the tag titles, even with Apollo Crews giving Braun Breaker the run for his money, even with that abysmal freaking Iron Man challenge crap that they had going on. Iron Scramble, whatever, the King of the Mountain WWE Light, like, you know, whatever they want to call it, it just didn't. It felt like elevation, if anything. It felt like level up, as opposed to that show was deadline. Okay, that show was deadline.
So my question is this: does WWE come off as hypocritical and a bit sexist? And you know, I was thinking about it. On the same episode of NXT, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are celebrating their title. Xavier Woods is known to be in a video with Paige. Now that was leaked. That was something else that was leaked. Mandy's is also leaked, but it was actually, it's something that she had already put basically online.
That
but do you think it's being hypocritical that they praise Woods and have him on the show holding the title, claiming he's a champion, this and all that, and can't bounce back instead of getting any suspension or fine? Like Mandy could have just been a suspension or a warning or something. She got the axe right off the jump.
When that shit dropped, that Woods was piping down Paige with Brad Maddox and stuff like that, right? The New Day was in the middle of that big ass push that they were, that historic tag title reign type deal.
Woods was off TV for a bit, wasn't he?
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. They made it so that Woods was off of TV, and then Kofi and Big E was doing the heavy lifting for the New Day. So he did get his Triple H treatment, his curtain call treatment. Punishment. He did get that.
But then they were also joking about it at times. Like Big E would be like, or what? I forgot who they were feuding with. It may have been the Usos, probably the Usos. I could throw it. You can just
the Usos are the ones that brought it up in that rap battle. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's like, oh, your homie is rated R and all that and stuff like that. So I feel like there's a bit of a double standard. It is a double standard.
I don't know if it's a double standard because she put it out there.
Right. Yeah.
And then someone else leaked it, but she intently put it out there for someone to pay for it.
Woods did not have any intention for any of us to know that he was piping down Paige with Brad Maddox at all. Let alone
I wouldn't want to be seen with Brad Maddox.
But again, but again, like with her two Pringle back, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like what I'm saying. Mandy Rose intently, for content, for views, for whatever it is, she was out there showing, the whole shebang. And as a WWE superstar, I'm not even saying NXT, as a WWE superstar, right now, today, 2022, you cannot do that.
Because I guess because I recall what was it, the Iconics, seeing as Marcus is wearing their shirt, did a similar thing on, I think, the same kind of platform, but they ain't doing what Mandy Rose is doing. And I believe there's a few others that have these kind of accounts that aren't releasing that type of content. They're not releasing explicit content.
This is a reason why Tony Storm was frowned upon. This is why Cassie Lee, who is Peyton Royce, this is why she was packed up out of there. And then soon when Jessica McKay, who was Billie Kay, started doing it again, then they packed her out of there. Almost everybody that was doing some type of side content was packed out of WWE because WWE has a market that they have to reach. They have a board of directors that they have to cater to. They are a globally, internationally, sponsored company from Wall Street. Like there's certain things that you just can and cannot do with the WWE unless WWE gives you the say so. Like this isn't like doing Playboy on WWE's dime. And then that was even back then from like that 1998 or 99 to 2005 or 2007 when they were allowed to do the Playboy shits before OnlyFans even existed.
As Wes brought up the question, would Charlotte or I guess Bailey, I'm just thinking of the top, Becky or Sasha's gone, but Sasha, any of their top people out there doing this type of content, do you think they would have been released or suspended? I think Mandy Rose was easy target because technically Charlotte did do this. I mean, tastefully done in the ESPN, the magazine.
But that was approved. That was
the point of the body magazine. The body is supposed to be your being naked and doing the interview and doing all that. This is the same thing with Playboy. People talk about, but Playboy shows titties and stuff like that. Maurice, everybody from Maurice to Sable, Tori Wilson, Christy Hemme, RIP Ashley Massero's, like she was they all did that Playboy shit, but guess what, there was an interview behind it, there was a reason for the season, and they were allowed to do said content. So You know what I mean?
And then also, it was a different time then. Like that, it was a different time then. You couldn't. That wasn't done in a PG era.
Well, Charlotte was done in the PG era.
Yeah,
Charlotte
but that
only
wasn't
existed in
necessarily.
PG.
That wasn't. You couldn't necessarily consider that porn.
No,
See,
I wouldn't.
Charlotte just got leaked. That's different. She wasn't
No,
Charlotte
I'm
even.
not
had
talking about
pictures
that. I'm
leaked.
not.
Charlotte
I'm
had
talking about
pictures
that
leaked.
one. Yeah, she did have pictures leaked. I'm not talking about those. I'm just talking about the ESPN, the one they approved.
Yeah, no,
I
but
wasn't
that's
talking
that. That obviously is a tasteful kind of
Yeah.
thing because it
That's
wasn't like, oh,
empowerment.
yeah, she
That's the
had a bush
empowerment that
out
they're looking for.
and her titties
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Talking about a hustler kind of shoe.
Yeah, so I see the WWE's buying and this being a publicly traded company, but this is also the same argument of what Selena Vega was saying when she was in her Twitch thing before she, essentially came back when she was like just trying to I just want to do my Twitch and make money off of it, and sell stuff and do all that, whatever she was going on, that stuff. And
Now
it's
that
them coming back and putting the hammer down on Mandy, who is apparently doing this. I think she's just guilty of just not telling anybody what she was
Twitch-
actually
Yeah,
doing.
I did, but it's also
Twitch is
what you're putting
different.
out there.
Yeah, Twitch is video games. Twitch is communicating with a bigger or broader audience and stuff like that. Being a content creator is it's different. It has different mediums. What content are you putting out? Some people are just putting out music all the time, like I do on SoundCloud. There are some people that are just putting out videos of dumb shit, which people do on TikTok all the fucking time.
Us.
But I'm just saying, I'm talking just comedians or wannabe comedians, aspiring journalists like us, aspiring freaking
I would never
anything.
call us journalists, but okay.
Hey, look, we cover wrestling news. Do we not?
I call us analysts.
Analysts.
We ain't got
We
no
could be
judge.
analysts, journalists. It's all the same umbrella. We're broadcasting pro wrestling on the interwebs. That's what we do. Whether it be funny or whether it be stoic, we're not stoic
not happy
people.
about this.
You know what I'm saying? But it's what you put out there that defines how it's perceived.
Yeah. So
and WWE is anal about
it's
that.
Just like yesterday there was that whole Wall Street Journal interview, well not interview, piece on Vince McMahon wanting to make a comeback. Instantly, the WWE stock went down 2 points.
Yeah.
On the notion so that it's going to come back.
Because of the rumor. Just because of the rumor. Not saying that it's not true. Not saying that it is true. Just because the fact they were like, hey, we're thinking about seeing if Vince McMahon could come back. Drop 2 points.
Yep.
Yeah, so you got to protect the brand. I mean, a lot of people, sometimes you have to look at both sides. You have to look at the
fact. That shit didn't even come out on Vice yet. Wait till that shit comes out on Vice.
Oh, it did. It came out. It was trash.
That shit gonna drop 8 points.
Now Vice was trash. I'll talk about that in a second as we stay with this Mandy. Do you think she's coming back at all, Mandy? Do you think the return of Mandy Rose coming back, or is she exclusive? Only her exclusive content now, and she's just gonna make money. On the benefit is
she has no reason to
good
come
advertisement.
Back.
This is great advertisement.
I think she can come back. I think this can blow over. It's someone made the leak. It's not her fault. It came out, but she should have known someone is gonna leak this.
Yeah. You know better. Lars Sullivan never came back.
Eva Marie is packed the fuck up out of here. She's doing all right. Ariane.
Yeah, but there was also a lot of other stuff going on with Lars.
Cameron, she's packed the fuck up out of here. But guess what? She's living the good life still. Why? Because she has off the back of, I'm the girl from Tough Enough that said that, Melina and Alicia Fox was
all right.
you're
Tony Khan, you're Billy Corgan. You're I don't know, I can't think of any. Scott D'Amore, whoever the top guys are in the industry of running a wrestling promotion. You bringing Mandy in?
I mean, no, it wouldn't hurt to call. I'm pretty sure she'd take. You'd have to get. She'd come at a price.
She would take a AEW deal. She wouldn't take an Impact deal. and she probably most likely would not take an NWA deal unless they gave her some like super incentive. But Corgan don't got money like that. We already know that. So let's stop the cap.
Shrekopedia is reporting. I don't know if this is fact or not. She did the photos on WWE property. That's what got her released. Don't know if that was true. I don't know. Don't know. I don't have facts on that. Could have.
I don't think those Tino Sabatelli ones were. I don't think those Tino Sabatelli ones were.
But she could have been in the NXT land where we go. Oh, there's the bar that's struggling right now. There's the pool. There's the dock where Braun Breaker go fishing. There's that diner. Oh, there's Mandy Rose over there naked. That's where we're at in NXT.
Oh, that's the one when she was under the pool with the titties out. Yeah, tough.
Yeah. Oh, that was that pool. Yeah. I like to think that was her own pool, but who knows?
Right, like like what the fuck, like, but who knows at this point? We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated on all that's going on. And I know yesterday's show I said,
what? No, you can't go leave this unturned. There are also reports that you're charging people to rate their anatomy.
Yeah. I read that.
What?
I actually heard
no
about
way.
that.
She was
I heard
dick
about that like a month ago.
She was dick
I heard about that a month ago. The Dirt Sheets reported this a month ago. Yeah, she was dick rating people. This is a month ago. And I said, oh, that can't be true. The WWE wouldn't allow anything like that.
She is
and I'm assuming that shit was true.
Bro. Stop the madness.
I think the Dirt Sheet got one right. Because, they dirty in them sheets. They probably were subscribed to all that. And they probably got dick rated themselves.
Them sheets are like Tom Lawler. Filthy.
But I remember the report on this. And I went, oh. And it was like one report. It may have been Ringside News or something. Now I go, I don't respect these people. But they reported it and said Mandy Rose online doing dick ratings and everything else. And I heard that. I don't have a video or proof of it, but there's someone, I think it may be true, I think she went a little too hard on her OnlyFans. There was no chill.
Kelly sure did.
Respect to her to claim the bag, Respect to her to claim the bag.
Yeah. Tino Sabatelli was pimping. That's all I'm saying. It looks like he's pimping. I'm big pimping. Talk about, man, you can get out there and be that, you can go out there. So, yeah, harsh. I mean, it's really tough to defend her. You're doing like dick rate. If you're going full porn, OnlyFans, all that shit together, you're going. It's too extreme. Like it'd be like, oh, we can't keep you with this.
Unbelievable.
And, it could have been the right decision, could be the wrong decision. There's only what time can tell. I'm sure everybody's gonna benefit in time. Mandy's her OnlyFans, whatever it's called, it's gonna be off the chain. I think everybody and their mama are gonna subscribe now.
People have already benefited for Mandy Rose's release. Roxanne Perez got skyrocketed to the top of her division.
She was gonna win that title whether it came yesterday or
you never know what could have happened, Manny. She could have been busted with cocaine anytime this month or something. Scandals happen in wrestling any given day. For all you know, Roxanne Perez and Booker T are involved in some weird affair.
But again, it's just like Booker T is obviously biased towards his ROH, not ROH, ROW, the Reality of Wrestling student, and her actually making it. You saw him crying on Deadline when she won the number one contender spot.
Jemal, Booker T is also biased to black people.
Booker T hates black people.
Booker T hates black people.
He hates black people. It's official.
And it's when Grayson Waller called him a bitch on the NXT Deadline. I was like, you deserve that.
But I thought this kind of tainted the Roxanne Perez victory. Like that she wins it this way due to. I mean, she was going to win it, like we all said. The trajectory was
she had a moment. She had a moment last night,
and it wasn't an emotional moment. Yeah,
she had a moment last night.
It seemed like a good moment, but. It kind of taints it when everybody realized this is a belt. This is a belt. I don't think because of the Mandy Rose scandal.
I don't think it overshadows it nearly as much as when Wardlow got his freedom from MJF, and then that was all overclouded by MJF leaving AEW and all that stuff,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's true.
then
The media
then
scrum of all
the
out.
media
like,
scrum
all
when
out
Watch
MJF
that whole
returns.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, when MJF returns, and then CM Punk goes all CM Punk, like that stuff derailed that stuff instantly because you were just talking about that. But at least last night she had a moment.
She had a moment last night, and it's already going. Pew! Like so much happened in the previous night that goes.
I don't know, Marcus.
Pew!
We don't know. We don't know what she said to Bailey and Mercedes on Instagram.
As soon as the show is over, Roxanne Perez says N-word, N-word, N-word. Like, why? Why would you even go that route? How did that happen? And it's now disgraced and it's forfeit the title. As soon as we finish, that's the way things are going right now.
The N-word he was talking about was Nick Aldis.
We're bringing Nick Aldis into the stream.
I will be seeing Nick Aldis on Saturday.
You keep saying this like it's an achievement to see him. It's not.
You will.
It's a card.
Champion.
It's not just him. It's the card. It's the card. The card is going crazy. House of Glory, La Boom Club. You're gonna Revelation is going down, man. Kenta versus Loki for the first time since like 08, man.
If you send me video of Nick Aldis, I will permanently take off ETE from the
What if
the title? With the title, Manny. With the title.
If it's a picture or if it's a video of Nick Aldis getting absolutely destroyed by Jacob Fatu, would you accept that?
By destroyed, you mean actual death? Yes, I'll accept it.
No, actual death, but like, he goes through like a double table or fucking something, or he just like completely wrecks Nick Aldis. Would you accept?
Yeah, and then I want footage of him going into the ambulance and never returning again.
Somehow it became Nick Aldis' last rodeo instead of Mickey James.
Just like Mickey James.
And then that's also, and if anyone ever wants to send me Sammy Guevara footage, that's exactly what I want also. Sammy Guevara footage.
They're just gonna send you the clip of him breaking his fucking neck in the Cody Rhodes ladder match again.
Oof. Jeez. Damn.
He deserved it.
And somehow surviving that.
Somehow
young,
surviving.
damn it. Anybody in the 30s would be dead.
That's one of those bumps. That's the leader diving outside, breaking her whole body in half. Like,
and then being like, I finished the match. Like, what? So in other news that has happened.
Well, other news, other things happened?
Yeah,
other things happened.
Karl Anderson, WWE's Karl Anderson, flew over to Japan and handled his business and defeated Hikuleo and said he is never relinquishing this title, only for Tama Tonga to come out and say, I challenge you at Wrestle, or he challenged Tama Tonga at Wrestle Kingdom.
You're on video yesterday, literally 24 hours ago, saying Karl Anderson is going to lose that title.
Yes.
I was 100%
wrong. Yes. Jemal is right. You were right. I was wrong. I knew he was booked for Wrestle
what's
Kingdom.
crazy?
I just didn't care.
What's crazy? The man was wearing the OC like tights. He was wearing the WWE OC tights in gray.
Well, they were wearing proper Bully Club merch though. He
had a Hollywood Club shirt on because he's Bright Lights Karl Anderson in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's like, he even looked at the camera. He's like, "You thought I was gonna do the jizz to this motherfucker? Hell no! I'm keeping this belt. I'm the greatest." And then here comes Tama Tonga. Like, this is a good angle for Wrestle Kingdom. This year's Wrestle Kingdom because of the history and the lineage and stuff like that. But as I believe Marcus said earlier, this also is a great setup because the original two, like the original 4 Bullet Club members, which is Finn Balor, Tama Tonga, Karl Anderson, Bad Luck Fale, right? That's the original 4. So Karl Anderson is now affiliated, against Finn Balor on WWE television and stuff like that. They've been wrecking the Judgment Day, or the Judgment Day been wrecking with the OC and stuff like that. What if Finn Balor comes and costs Karl Anderson his never openweight championship at Wrestle Kingdom, giving the nod to Tama Tonga, who's not even part of Bullet Club anymore?
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy to think.
Do you really think WWE are going to allow that to happen?
WWE is already allowing Shinsuke to go to fucking Yokohama, Japan to go fucking fight the Great Muta. What's the difference?
That's a one-off.
They got Karl Anderson doing 2 matches, Manny.
Yeah, but that was agreed.
He said, "Nah, I know." Ooh. But maybe it's agreed that say, hey, in this deal, you bring Finn Balor, maybe even bring in AJ over, 2 New Japan alumni, Bullet Club members. I'm just saying they could do
the potential for that is it go crazy. That's what I was talking about when Karl Anderson first came back to WWE as the never openweight champion. This is what I was talking about.
So do you think there is actually going to be a working relationship between New Japan and WWE?
I think it's going to be a subtle working relationship between New Japan and WWE. It's not going to be open. It's going to be subtle. And you're going to see what I'm talking about when the Royal Rumble happens.
But do you think that, though? Because I generally think if WWE were to start working with New Japan properly, I feel like there'd be some type of deal of you can't work with AEW anymore.
I don't think New Japan would go
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think New Japan would go for that, but I think that's something WWE would do. You
see how strict they are. They're very strict about who they work with.
WWE essentially would bury their own foot in their mouth and then cause greatness to happen. Copy. That's basically what they do. That's what they do.
They will not. They do what's best for them.
You would hope New Japan would probably benefit more from having a partnership with WWE than a partnership with AEW. Who AEW are on the come up, but they're not world.
Many affiliates, and to knock off the many affiliates that they have. Remember, Ace Austin and Chris Bay are Impact contracted wrestlers that are right now in New Japan. They, I believe, they won the Super Junior Tag League.
They didn't win. They lost.
But they were in the finals. But they're there. You know what I'm saying?
But as we've learned, Jemal, WWE do not care about what Impact does.
No, it's not.
They don't respect Impact.
It's not about what Impact does or what AEW does. It's all about what is New Japan doing and what WWE is doing. And
but WWE are more frequent to work with Impact Wrestling than they are anyone else. They had that whole deal with Mickey.
There's rumors that Eric Young might come back to WWE.
Yeah, I feel like they have a connection with them. Because there's so many of the
his name is Scott D'Amore.
Yeah, the executives in WWE right now, your Pete Williams and your Abyss, they're all
don't call him Pete Williams.
Guy.
Don't you dare call him
Pete Williams on WWE.
No.
They call him Pete.
He is always
he's a grown man now. He's a grown man now.
You either call him Pete or the guy that looked like the original MILF Hunter.
Yeah.
Small Papa Pump.
So, but I don't think that, in the perfect world, AJ, Finn, and I would love for Dominic to go over there, just for the hell of it, just for the booth, and Rhea, just for the hell of it, and
can you imagine Judgment Day showing up to fucking Wrestle Kingdom?
That would be amazing if they had the OC and Judgment Day show up to Wrestle Kingdom. And on top of that,
during that match.
Yeah. And you have all that going on and stuff, but I
want
to believe it.
Bad Luck Fale has to come out. If that happens, then Bad Luck Fale has to come out, and then all 4 of the original members has to have a moment in the ring.
They can do it. They can do it. But I don't see that. That's like me getting hyped up for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's too much madness to go on. It has to be a lot. It has to be a lot for all this to work out. And I don't think WWE will take the sticks out their ass and allow anything like that to happen, because they will have no money or anything to gain from it. Although we still don't know the status of Sasha Banks, who's going to be there.
WWE want exclusivity. That's what they want. Yeah. They want exclusivity. They want to be the main bit.
Relationship. Yeah,
they want to be that main chick.
You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right, because Sasha Banks is going to be there for sure at freaking Wrestle Kingdom. WWE's petty is heavy, so nah, they're not doing that. They ain't doing none of that I just aforementioned.
Also, last night, as you brought up, Leo Rush and Yo won the Super Tag Tournament Juniors, and then
please tell me the Bishamon did not win the motherfucking goddamn.
They did. The Aussie Open lost to the Bisharin. It's terrible. I was disgusted. I hated it, and I was like,
picked
man,
the
what
wrong
they doing?
guys again.
They went the two wrong ways, and I felt like both matches. I thought
Why are we getting? You know what? It makes sense. It makes sense.
Goto. Fuck Goto. No,
it makes sense.
This.
You know why? You know why it makes sense? Because they want FTR to lose to actual Japanese wrestlers. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay that it's the Bishaman, but I am okay with them losing to Japanese wrestlers. That's okay.
Look how quickly he justified it.
He justified it. No, they want to lose the Japanese wrestlers. No. The better match.
But you could sense the bitterness and unhappiness in his eyes. I could sense the bitterness and unhappiness in his eyes.
Are you going to be comfortable after the year FTR had, Jemal? After the year FTR had, and the match they just had with the Briscoes, are you okay with them losing those titles to Goto and Yoshihashi?
No, absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely not.
But
you justified it for all, but that doesn't set right with you.
It's not going to. And then they have to lose to Mexican wrestlers for their AAA tag titles too, if they are.
Have they even defended those recently? I feel like they should be stripped of those titles.
I don't even know if this was the right matchup late on this.
Yeah, they defended. They'd be in Mexico here and there at the Crash and stuff like that. So, thank you, John. That was on Saturday.
Yeah. Although I'm going to say this weekend has some really great tag matches. In general, whether it was at Deadline with New Day and Pretty Deadly, who has really good chemistry together. It was an entertaining, fun match. In which they were
Pretty Deadly is set up for greatness. Pretty Deadly is set up for greatness for a tag team division that means nothing.
I would love to see them have a great feud with New Day. That this continues on, because I'm sure it's going all the way to New Year's.
Biggie needs to come back, and then they need to bring back Breeze, and then make Breeze the head maker. Pretty Deadly.
So Manny just came in his man's. I don't know if Mandy Rose just
Jeeves, I need my top hat.
Where's the secret?
Bring back Tyler Breeze.
That would be amazing. That would go so hard. Now we're talking about fantasies. We talk about fantasies. I really want to say we're more likely to see the New Japan Bullet Club reuniting than Tyler Breeze and Pretty Deadly versus the New Day. Although that would be beautiful.
I tell you what, that would replace any childhood memory of wrestling.
So
94 may disappear out of my whole mind if Pretty Deadly and Tyler Breeze came together.
Do you or do you not add Lash Legend to that?
You still Lash Legend.
You still add Lash Manage. You still add Lash Manage. What a show that would be! What a show!
God.
Oh, Manny's dying.
I'm mad I made Manny pop. Accidentally made Manny pop.
But listen to how good that match would be. Listen to how good that match would be. Because people sleep on Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze was really good. Yeah. It never came across.
Is really good.
No, it was.
Y'all booking WrestleMania.
Him and Sean Spears run a wrestling school together. So
Flatbacks.
Yeah. So
but yeah, just a great weekend of tag team wrestling with Super Tag League. The dog collar match might be my match of the year. That shit was so good. I thought. I don't know if
is it good or is it too brutal? Because I haven't watched it.
Saying that is the match of the year because it's more recently. So now you have to think of what else was considered for match of the year.
I'm not going to all that. I'm going to recent. I'm a man.
Okay? If we're going recent, was it better than Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash of the Castle? That's two different matches, two different match types, but you're talking about match of the year. Then you're talking about Cody versus Seth Rollins with the.
I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying, Jemal. I know what I'm saying. And I love those other
Wait,
matches.
so you're saying that's better than the 2 out of 3 falls?
Yeah, this was better than 2 out of 3 falls. And you may say you think it's brutal. I
Even
thought,
the two, yeah.
you know, I'm not even a like, oh, they have to bleed in the match. I'm not a John Moxley type of wrestler where, oh, blood makes the match better. I'm going to say for this match, the blood made this match better. The brutality, the skill,
was it better than
strategy.
Punk? Was it better than Punk versus MJF dog collar match? AEW.
Yes.
Was it better?
I don't even think that was the good dog collar match. I think Brody versus Cody
Brody
was
and
the
Cody?
best. Brody and Cody was the better dog collar match.
That was good. Because they had Greg Hammer Valentine's, Manny, or as I
But
like
we're
to call,
talking about matches that happen.
McMahon side piece.
They have Vinny Valiant type matches and stuff like that. But I'm talking about matches that happened this calendar year.
Yeah.
Roman versus Brock SummerSlam. Was it better than that?
Better than that.
I don't know.
That was a moment. That is a moment of a match. That is a feeling.
You know what?
Roman,
I was pleasantly
Roman catching that microphone to the ring, flipping over, and how amazing all of that was. It was so much fun. But I want to say, as a sport and professional wrestling, this dog collar match was the match of the year. Like, I was on the edge of my seat, just going like, I don't like. Even though I knew what happened, it was just like, oh, I thought Mark Briscoe getting pulled from the top rope onto the outside through some chairs, onto like just flat chairs, was probably like the most dangerous bump that even Darby Allin would go like, nah. But it was not even, it was like, oh, he's trying to win and he's pulling his chain back and he's trying to break the pin. It was so cool.
G1 climax.
I don't want to hear about the
Ospreay. Okada versus motherfucking Will Ospreay.
It was amazing. It's a good year. It's been a great year of matches. But I got this dog collar match ahead of all of that right now. Maybe it's because it's the most recent. And if I got all
because it's the most recent.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to bring back in his mind, Manny, of all the matches that happened. Like,
I love the Cody matches with Seth. Those were amazing. I enjoyed
CM Punk versus Dax happened this year.
And that was amazing too.
That was amazing.
That's what we call Dax Uncle. That's the match that we call Dax Uncle for. Damn it.
I can't believe you guys trying to change my mind with all these great matches this year. Just telling me that's a great year.
Your mind. We're just reminding you.
Kevin Owens, Steve Austin happened this year.
Kevin Owens, Steve Austin didn't happen this year.
Bryan Danielson versus Omega.
Was that this year?
Yeah. No, was that this year or last year? That could be. Year. That was at Arthur Ashe the previous year. Arthur Ashe this year was MJF winning.
Then they had no. it was fuck. It's an AEW match. I'm trying to think of it.
If you say Rock and Roll Express versus the Briscoes, we're out of here.
Nah, that's just egregious. That's like me saying
Iris versus Matt Cardona.
That's like me saying Nick Aldis and Trevor Murdoch. Manny, I was actually agreeing with you that match was trash.
No, Swerve in Our Glory versus The Acclaimed.
That was a pretty big pop. That was a pretty good
huge match because of what came from it.
These are fantastic matches, you know.
Backtracking.
I'm not changing a single word.
See, my match of the year goes to Hell in a Cell, Cody, Seth, and that's only because Cody did it with the torn fucking pec.
The torn pec, it's impressive.
You can't beat a torn pec.
Well, mine, I'm biased because I was there.
They did the full match. But
I'm biased because I was there.
What was your match of the year?
Gunther versus
Sheamus. It was a great match. I'm not gonna.
I was there. You
can't lie.
I was there. So that
was a great match.
Nothing will change my mind.
Felt that. You literally felt that. I was watching at home, feeling it. You were there.
Nothing will change my mind.
Yeah, it would be hard to change Manny mind on that one, but yeah.
You could have done without that singing though. That Tyson Fury singing.
That ruined the whole. That ruined the whole show.
You could have gone without that.
That is a classic show.
You and the Big Ross man could have gone.
Do you know the annoying thing is he does that at every boxing event. Yet it only got picked up really, like it got real traction when he did it, when he
Against
did it
Dante
at
Wilder.
Clash of the Castle.
That's tough.
No, he got traction when he did against what was it, Wilder, right? He sang after that one?
Nah.
Yeah, he did. He always sings American
to this
Pie.
day,
Or
nah,
he always
to
sings
this
American
day.
Pie, or he sings Elvis, some Elvis track.
Yeah. Well, he can kiss my ass. I don't ever want to hear him sing again.
Look,
that was a hell of a match between Drew and
in
Roman
the
too.
Undisputed game that's gonna come out next year. The new boxing game that Jonathan Gresham is not Josh Gresham is gonna be.
Speaking about that question, did you see the news story that came out that Triple H from the Twitter account WrestleVotes? He's not hot on amount of some of the re-signings he brought back in.
Yeah, and you know that was mostly like Hit Row, I believe, and maybe Emma.
I'm not sure Emma hasn't really had anything to do. They haven't given Emma anything to do.
I know.
Once she gets her footing back, nobody cares about Braun.
I think Braun's doing okay. I don't think Braun has
lost the Ricochet. He lost the Ricochet.
He lost the Ricochet. They're going to build him towards. They're building him towards Gunther. And he had that pre-savage match with Omos. Like that match was all right. For considering
Omos should have went over. Honestly, truly, Omos should have went over that match.
I don't know. I think they've been there and done that with Omos. I think they know what they've got. I think they know what they've got with him, and I don't think it's very good.
So he's just a B+.
I don't know why the question this is the questions at me, and Tegan Knox is getting no fair reaction. They dropped the ball with her.
But he asked this question yesterday about Tegan Knox.
That was a statement.
He asked a question about Tegan Knox and I think Emma yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's just like they've been back maybe a month, so you could give it a little bit more time. Yeah. The others, I don't.
I think Chubb was out for a while. Didn't another neck for the second walkout. So Nick Aldis reference. I'm gonna get on Wednesday.
National Treasure shows.
I don't even know how Michael Cole would sell that to the audience. Like, can you imagine Michael Cole? That's Nick Aldis.
No, he would be like, "That's Mickey James Harden."
Yeah, what did he say?
Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh my! That's from NWA.
Held titles in Impact Wrestling.
No, do you know what it is? Do you know when they have a return or something and they play off like they don't know who it is? That will literally be true when Michael Cole goes, "Who is that? Oh my god!"
And then look. It's not gonna be Nick Aldis. It's gonna be some fucking fucked up ass name. It's gonna be just like they'll make Magnus Nick or Nick Magnus or
Rick
Magnus.
Rick almost.
It's gonna sound like a Matt Dickey
James.
game.
Ricky James.
Ricky James.
Ricky James.
Or Nick James.
Nicky James.
Oh damn! I wouldn't sign. I would never sign if they called me Nicky James.
I mean, look. Mike Bennett did it.
Yeah, and he did it to get clean. Mike Bennett did it to get clean.
Yeah, he got clean from that, and I actually liked when he went out as Canelo. That was such a heat generator. I liked it. Hold on. Wes asked, "Why do people not like Hit Row?" They're kind of bland right now, and that's
boring.
I thought they got some edge. They got some edge. They got a little edge on SmackDown when they attacked Legardo and
AJ Francis just needs to muscle up and tone up a little bit. Not saying that his size is anything, but like if he just like tones up,
I don't think he uses his size very well.
Right. And then freaking Adonis just is a little still green in the ring. You could still see like he's very green.
Do you know what it's missing? It's the nonsense that happened between them and Legardo on NXT. The chain snatching, the grill snatching, all that bullshit.
It was all
they need to bring that shit back. But then
Legardo
is on to bigger and better things. I would suppose like they need to get some type of program in with either the Brutes, fucking the bloodline or somebody.
Well, they're currently in a race war with the Vikings and the Legardo, it looks like a complete race war. I guess we're going to add the Asian culture next into this feud of factions or whatever. It reminds me of the DOA, the Los
I know the Boa's
Maricos,
free.
and
Boa's free.
who's the other one? Yeah,
Boa and Jiley are free.
So then just send Shinsuke with them, and then they can make a fucking chaos WWE light.
And Gerard, Tasha Steelz re-upped with Impact. She decided to re-up with Impact. Her contract expired, but she's
re-upping Impact.
Yeah, she re-upped.
Oh, and that WWE lawsuit with MLW looks to be coming to an end.
But finally.
To answer his question, I think that she would do good in WWE as opposed to AEW. The problem is that WWE wouldn't know what to do with her. And I don't think sending her to NXT would be the answer. But at the same time, bringing her straight to the main roster, niggas is not going to know who she is unless you know who she is.
She get that Ticket Mask treatment of who is this?
Jemal, to be honest, I think if you send her to NXT, she might get that kind of polish that every talent needs to get when they get to WWE. Like even if they don't make it in WWE, when they move over to AEW, you can tell they're a little bit better.
Like this is why Athena is the champion now. Athena had experience with NXT doing the championship business. Obviously, you would think like going back to Booker T, right? Because Athena is also a product of reality of wrestling, and you would think that he'd be a stoke. But like you guys said, I think he's racist.
Yeah, he's racist. He's racist.
But the only black person he likes, I think, is Charmel.
Charmel, his wife, and maybe his kids. But I hate that the fact I feel like on Final Battle they did do Mercedes Martinez dirty. She never did anything with that title. She won it.
She defended it like 7 times.
Not on TV. Not on TV. That's only on Dark. Don't give me no Dark.
Dark Elevation, and then different other places that she's defended it. Like she'll go to like indie event and then defend it and stuff like that. So, but again, that's Ring of Honor in a nutshell right now.
Packages and if you consider her treatment compared to the way they treated Jericho, Samoa Joe, or Danny Garcia of all their Ring of Honor champions and FTR, their tag champion. Well, they didn't do anything with FTR, but she was featured less than FTR, which that's the lowest you can get on AEW.
She wasn't featured at all since she won that title.
She won the title and then she was just gone, trying to not like no interviews.
She was hurt. She was hurt. She was rehabbing an injury.
Didn't say that.
Someone tell me.
That match that she had with Willow at what was that?
Death Before Dishonor?
You said what?
Death Before Dishonor?
It might have been, or Supercard. It was either Supercard or Death Before. But when she fought Willow for the title to be the champ, she injured herself, and like she was trying to wrestle through it, and then she injured herself again, which is why she was off. But by the comeback and then all that stuff like that. But now Athena got it.
Last question, since we are on the topic of Ring of Honor. They will be available on a weekly TV show on Honor Club, which means Tony did not get the TV deal he was looking for, probably. But what are your thoughts on that, Jemal?
It's the same price. The price yesterday's price is today's price at this juncture, because I've had Honor Club way back in like 17, and I still got it. And whatever it is, like I'm still grandfathered in. They still take the money out of my fucking account every month, and I still, go back to it and like, what I'm saying. I use the service, so I answer my polls and all that stuff like that.
Is it worth it though? Like if you were a new,
if you're looking for the Ring of Honor catalog, like pay-per-view catalog, and trying to get the history of what Ring of Honor was to what it is now, then yes, it's basically the Peacock of Ring of Honor.
The only difference is you got to wait 90 days for their pay-per-view.
Right. Like you would have to go to Bleacher Report. I think they have like, AEW / Ring of Honor has the deal with Bleacher Report to fucking post their pay-per-views and stuff like that. Now, the reason why it's worth it. It's just like getting Impact Plus. It's just like getting the WWE Network at the time. It's just like getting High Spots Wrestling or whatever subscription service that you're getting your bang for your buck. $9 to watch all of the great content.
I think it's too much. I think if you had AEW content as well, I think it'd be worth $9.99. I don't think our Ring of Honor on its own is really worth $9.99.
Impact is charging $15 a month, but that's with Impact Plus regular. You get 24-hour Impact, which is like it runs like an endless loop of everything Impact from like start to finish. I think it's on like Bound for Glory 2008 right now. You get the YouTube subscription with it as well.
All this being said, I always feel like this hurts momentum of a show. Like, I don't feel like, I know people subscribe to the Impact one and Honor Club and even the NWA, but I feel like it doesn't do them service. It doesn't help them. Like, I feel like you're better off just being on YouTube for free, to be honest. Like, I feel like that's what they should have went with it. And I know, like, if you had Honor Club, you can do it.
Well, see, the argument, the MLW thing, right? So MLW does their shows on YouTube for free and stuff like that. Most of their money comes off the backs of actually going to the shows. So I've been to a couple MLW shows and they're all fucking bangers. Like, you know, and these are like people that you don't think. You'd be like, oh, who is this guy? And then you'll find out that night. Like, you know, like you didn't know who this motherfucker was, you do now.
Yeah,
you know, that's how I met MJF.
Dude. I was like, who's this dude?
That's how I met MJF. That's how I met freaking Brody King. Like, I seen Brody King for the first time at the Battle Riot 1. And I was just like, oh shit, who's this big motherfucker? Like, you know, Tad motherfucker whooping everybody's ass. I met MJF like that. I've seen for the first time Alex Hammerstone. I've seen for the first time Jacob Fatu that way. I finally got to see Homicide live because of MLW, so it's just like a bunch of different kind of things.
Back to the question: are you pro YouTube or Honor Club? And you know, money's not an issue. Let's say we're all rich and whatever. Are you pro Honor Club style or Impact Plus style, or are you the YouTube style? Because I think they would have benefited more. Like
free is
like
always
AEW Dark and all that.
Free is always better. Free is always better because with free, anybody can pick it up. With the subscription, it's the person that wants to get it can get it.
Yeah, like Manny is not going to get it. Like,
no,
Manny's the perfect person to talk to about this. He's not getting it. Me, I dabble fight.
So I like I said, if it was some type of deal where it's not restricted in terms of like pay-per-views and stuff, and it was exactly like the Peacock deal, and you got AEW content with the ROH content, I'd say it'd be worth it. I'd say I'd pay for it. Because that way you're not paying extortionate amounts for AEW pay-per-view, and then what they tried to do for Ring of Honor, which they put together last minute.
Everything was last minute. For a card that was put last minute, they did.
It was a hell of a show. It was a good show.
They put on a hell of a show. You're putting on an indie show. You essentially put on an indie show.
Yeah, like the only match that really had real backstory to it was, I guess, the Jericho and Cesaro, which tapped it out to the big win.
That ended terrible. Let's stop the cap.
Yeah, that was stupid.
He tapped out to fucking air. Like,
I saw people defending that shit online. I'm like, what is he defending? Being dizzy? A 6-year-old gets super dizzy.
I spun my nephews around.
No, someone tried to say,
like, get out of here.
Someone tried to say when he gets spun around, there was gravitational forces. His body was being pulled. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah,
you're not pain. This ain't pain from Naruto, okay? Like, get out of here.
It's not like
almighty.
It's not like he's having that NASA training where they spin you around.
Yeah, and like the rotate, like he did more rotations, legit rotations against Seth at WrestleMania than he did Jericho.
And like Jericho got
he spun him on his
shoulders.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. Jericho's just old.
Yeah, it was a terrible man.
Jericho's just, get him out of here.
That's how you beat an old man.
Get his old ass
Put
out
him
of
on a
here.
merry-go-round and spin his ass.
Fuck out of here.
So that was one of the worst bits. But the only story really was FTR versus Briscoes was probably the only real story to be there. I guess Yuta and Garcia, but I'm so sick of the JSA.
You're tired of Wheeler Yuta, so it's irrelevant to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't like Wheeler Yuta.
I always give Wheeler Yuta credit. He'll put on a good match. He's just the most boring dude on the planet.
Wheeler Yuta.
He's
you
the
hate
most
him.
boring person.
Say it with me. Say it with me.
I will.
I hate Wheeler Yuta.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate everything about him. And I don't think he should have won.
Damn, son. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think the right people did win at the Ring of Honor.
Everybody changed their titles.
Ridiculous.
Except for Joe.
He should have lost.
I remember somebody in some group said they didn't let Joe lose because they feared he may go back to Triple H if he lost these belts.
Well, I don't think he's on a 1-year deal.
I know. I don't think it's like that, but I did get a good laugh out of that. You can't run away.
Joe already said that he already did the two times the charm. He's not doing the 3 times. He's not going back there.
Yeah.
Well, with Vinnie Mac potentially coming back, the 3rd time he'd be
definitely not coming.
What are you doing out here?
Pack him up out of here.
It'd be that Simpsons meme of the grandpa walking into the hooker house, seeing Bart and then walking out.
Hey, Bart. With that being said, we're gonna wrap the show up. I know I said I was gonna cover the Vince McMahon
one more
story.
thing, man.
It's so whack. What else is there? What else could there be?
Kota Ibushi trying to make WCW under and fucking Nitro the game in real life. his bombastic rings and arenas that he wants to make.
Can we get the Yakuza on him again? Can we just go do something? Should have got the pot, but his contract is up, and he's going to probably.
They're trying to throw him the bag, like Noah DDT, and a bunch of other companies are trying to throw him the bag so he doesn't. And
AEW. Tony's
and AEW.
Yeah, Kenny gonna throw the bag at his friend here.
They're gonna throw the bag at him so that way he doesn't do this, because they believe that he would actually be successful in drawing away from their fans.
Can I just say I don't want him to go to AEW? And let me explain why.
Okay.
I don't need to see any more pictures of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi.
The golden lovers are
I can't deal with it.
Oh my god!
It was like, Kenny's suspended. He's having the fucking time of his life.
Yeah, he's happy.
Big feud. They did it in New Japan like 3 years ago. Big feud.
Kota Ibushi is the Japanese male version of Sasha Banks. What the fuck are you doing right now? That's all I want to know.
Clearly healthy.
All you hear. Clearly healthy. Clearly don't know what's going on with you.
Well, we also don't know what's going on with Naomi, but no one wants to talk about it.
No one asks. No one talks about Naomi.
No one wants to talk about Naomi.
She's on My Husband's in the Bloodline. I'm good.
Money coming in for us.
My husband is the tag champ.
Uso.
He got the Bloodline. Roman is the head of our table.
Everything going good. We eating.
Everything going good with the Bloodline.
But yeah, that could conclude the show. I gotta get some rest. I haven't slept all night. I watched that whole New Japan show. Don't judge me. I was up at 4
I did the exact same thing. I just now watched. I didn't see the finals. I was hoping that the Bishamon got the ass kicked, but no. Fucking ruined
spoiler. I should have let that happen. I should have let you be ruined yourself.
Now I'm not watching it. It's all your fault.
Yeah,
it's all your fault.
Damn. Now that's a burden on my show. But yeah, the Vice documentary on Vince was so trash. I watched all 2 hours of it. It's just all the Dark Side of the Rings put into one. It's what Manny is doing with the dump. He's gonna put out on Christmas. It's just all of this is Vince's fault. Like they have some of it, the screw job. They have an episode of Dark Side of the Ring on that way. It's the same shit. It's just the same clips. It's the same clips. They had the
It's
flight
the same
from
clips,
hell.
but
They got Owen's death. They got Benoit's death.
Perspective?
No, nothing new. It's the same shit.
It's just a waste of time.
And then you go all the way to the last 2 minutes and like, will Vince survive these latest allegations? And I'm like, what the fuck?
So it was just a slander thing.
Yeah, it was just
Vince slander.
Vince covered up the Jimmy Snuka death. So it's every Dark Side of the Ring that they feature Vince McMahon in. They just threw it all in one show in 2 hours. And I was like, some of this isn't like for the Benoit death. I was like, what do you want from him? He did a tribute show for Chris Benoit. No shit. He didn't know what was going on. It was a waste of time. Waste of time. Vince is murdering people. Vince Russo's all over it. It's a waste of time. It was so trash. I was really disappointed. I thought I was gonna get some new stuff. Jemal, play us out. We're out of here. Give us a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, Alliance.
A-Town. Damn.
Thank you. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. Thank